In the bustling heart of Manhattan, where the evening lights painted the streets in a golden hue, Jasper Harper stepped into Bella Italia with his partner, Jordan. Their hands intertwined like a quiet rebellion against the world's lingering prejudices. The restaurant, a family-owned gem known for its authentic pasta and old-world charm, was packed with diners murmuring over candlelit tables. But the moment the hostess spotted their linked fingers, her smile faltered into a mask of discomfort. "Table for two?" she asked, her voice laced with an undercurrent of judgment that hit Jasper like a slap, setting the stage for a night that would unravel secrets, shatter egos, and redefine power in ways no one saw coming. Jasper had chosen Bella Italia not just for its rave reviews, but because it symbolized the kind of unyielding tradition he both admired and challenged in his own life. As a 35-year-old tech entrepreneur who'd built a fortune from a startup that revolutionized sustainable energy apps, he was used to navigating boardrooms where his sexuality was a footnote, not a headline. Jordan, a 32-year-old graphic designer with a gentle spirit and a sharp wit, squeezed his hand reassuringly as they followed the hostess to a corner table, far from the lively center of the room. "This place looks amazing," Jordan whispered, his eyes scanning the exposed brick walls adorned with vintage Italian posters. But Jasper felt the stares, subtle at first, then overt, from a group of older patrons nearby, their whispers carrying fragments like "disgraceful" and "not the place for that." The waiter, a young man named Marco with a name tag that screamed heritage, approached with menus but no warmth. "What can I get you gentlemen?" he said, emphasizing the word as if it were a concession. Jasper ordered the veal parmigiana, Jordan the seafood linguine, and a bottle of Chianti to share. As Marco walked away, Jasper leaned in, his voice low. "You okay? That hostess gave us the evil eye." Jordan nodded, his smile steady. "I'm used to it. As long as I'm with you, it's fine." But the tension simmered, a pot ready to boil over. Minutes later, the owner, Mr. Rossi, a burly man in his 50s with a mustache that seemed plucked from a Godfather scene, strode over, his face flushed. "Is there a problem here?" he barked, not to Jasper and Jordan, but to Marco, who'd apparently complained. Rossi's eyes darted to their hands, now resting on the table. "This is a family restaurant," he said, his voice rising just enough to draw attention. "We don't appreciate public displays that make others uncomfortable." Jasper's heart pounded, a mix of rage and disbelief. "Public displays? We're holding hands." Rossi crossed his arms. "It's distracting. Tone it down or leave." Jordan's face paled, but Jasper stood his ground, his entrepreneur's instinct kicking in, the same one that had turned a garage idea into a multimillion-dollar empire. "Distracting? Or is it just us being gay that bothers you?" The words hung in the air, turning heads. Rossi's cheeks reddened further. "Don't twist this. We serve everyone, but respect the atmosphere." A murmur rippled through the diners. Some nodded in agreement, others shifted uncomfortably. One woman at a nearby table muttered, "About time someone said it," while a younger couple exchanged sympathetic glances with Jasper. The humiliation burned deep, a wound Jasper hadn't felt since his conservative upbringing in rural Ohio, where coming out meant exile from family gatherings. He'd clawed his way to success to prove he was more than his orientation, yet here it was, reducing him to a spectacle. Jordan tugged at his sleeve. "Let's just go, Jasper. It's not worth it." But as they gathered their coats, Rossi added fuel. "Good choice. We don't need your kind ruining our reputation." The words "your kind" echoed like a slur, igniting a fire in Jasper that wouldn't be quenched by walking away. Outside, under the neon glow of the city, Jasper pulled out his phone, his fingers flying across the screen. Jordan watched, concern etching his features. "What are you doing?" Jasper's eyes gleamed with determination. "Calling in a favor. This isn't over." Unbeknownst to Rossi, Jasper wasn't just any guest. He was a silent investor in several New York eateries, and Bella Italia's financial woes were no secret in industry circles. Rossi had been drowning in debt for months, whispers of foreclosure circling like vultures. By the time they reached their sleek apartment in Chelsea, Jasper's network was in motion. His lawyer, A sharp woman named Elena, who'd handled his company's acquisitions, was already digging into public records. Bella Italia's loan is with First National, she texted. They're underwater by $500,000. Owners desperate. Jasper smirked, but it was laced with pain. Buy the note. Tonight. Jordan paced the living room, his voice trembling. Jasper, revenge? Is this who we are? Jasper paused, pulling Jordan into an embrace. It's not just revenge. It's justice. For us, for everyone who's been shamed. The next hour blurred into a whirlwind of calls. Jasper's venture capital firm had liquidity to spare, and with a few strategic wires, the bank's note on Bella Italia transferred to a shell company under his control. Rossi wouldn't know until morning, but Jasper planned to accelerate that. We need to talk, he messaged Rossi anonymously through a burner app, attaching proof of the debt transfer. The response came fast. Who is this? What do you want? Dawn was breaking when Jasper and Jordan returned to the restaurant, now closed but with lights on inside. Rossi pacing, no doubt. Jasper knocked, and Rossi flung the door open, his bravado crumbling at the sight of the man he'd ejected hours before. You? How? Jasper stepped in, documents in hand. I own your debt now, and I'm calling it due. The shock on Rossi's face was a mirror to Jasper's earlier humiliation, but it brought no joy, only a hollow victory laced with the weight of societal divides. As the confrontation unfolded, layers peeled back. Rossi wasn't just a bigot. He was a man clinging to traditions passed down from his immigrant father, fearing change in a world that had already left him behind. My customers expect a certain normalcy, he stammered. Jasper countered. Normalcy? Or exclusion? Jordan, silent until now, spoke up. You've built this place on family values, but what about families like ours? The words struck Rossi, evoking memories of his own estranged brother, rumored to be gay, whom the family had shunned decades ago. Negotiations turned tense, voices rising in the empty dining room. Rossi offered to pay installments, but Jasper demanded more. An apology, policy changes, and a stake in the business. Or I foreclose, he said. The drama escalated when Rossi's wife burst in, tears streaming. Vito, what have you done? She revealed the family's secrets, debts from gambling, the pressure to maintain a facade. Jasper saw the humanity in their desperation, mirroring his own past struggles. In the end, a deal was struck. Jasper would forgive part of the debt in exchange for majority ownership, rebranding Bella Italia as inclusive. But as papers were signed, doubt crept in. Had Jasper crossed a line from empowerment to domination? Jordan's quiet disapproval lingered, a rift forming in their bond. The morning sun filtered through the restaurant's windows, casting long shadows over the signed documents scattered on the bar. Rossi slumped onto a stool, his hands trembling as he poured himself a shot of grappa. You think this makes you a hero? He muttered, his eyes meeting Jasper's with a mix of defeat and defiance. Jasper stood tall, but inside, turmoil churned. Had his swift retribution healed the wound or merely infected it with bitterness? Jordan lingered by the door, his arms crossed, watching the scene unfold like a tragic play. He'd supported Jasper through countless battles, from hostile investors questioning their lifestyle to family holidays where Jasper's parents pretended Jordan was just a roommate. But this felt different, a power play that echoed the very oppression they'd fought against. Jasper, let's talk outside, he said softly, his voice cutting through the tension. Stepping into the crisp New York air, Jordan's words came rushed, laced with emotion. You humiliated him in his own place. Sound familiar? Jasper winced, the parallel stinging. He started it, Jordan. He called us your kind. Jordan's eyes softened, but his stance held firm. And now you're the landlord lording over him. Is this equality or just flipping the script? The question hung between them, a crack in their foundation, amplified by the city's indifferent hustle. Back inside, Rossi's wife, Maria, wiped her eyes, her voice breaking the silence. Our son. He left because of Vito's temper. Said he couldn't live in a house full of hate. The revelation hit Jasper like a gut punch. Rossi's bigotry had cost him his family, much like Jasper's own coming out had fractured his. Empathy flickered, but anger lingered. Then why defend it? Jasper asked. Maria sighed. Habit. Fear. But maybe this is the wake-up call we needed. As the day progressed, news of the overnight takeover spread through the restaurant's staff group chat. Marco, the waiter from last night, arrived early for his shift, his face paling at the sight of Jasper. You're the new owner, he stammered. Jasper nodded, calling an impromptu meeting. Things are changing. No more discrimination. We're training everyone on inclusivity. Murmurs erupted, some relieved, others resentful. One chef grumbled, "This is New York, not San Francisco," sparking a heated debate that exposed the undercurrents of societal divides within the team. Jasper dove into the operations, his business acumen shining. He reviewed ledgers, spotting embezzlement traces. Rossi had been skimming to cover personal debts. This explains the desperation, Jasper told Jordan over lunch at a nearby cafe. Jordan poked at his salad, his mind elsewhere. You're enjoying this too much. What if it destroys us? Jasper reached for his hand, but Jordan pulled back slightly, a subtle rejection that cut deep. Us? This is for us, for every couple who's been stared down. The afternoon brought more drama when a local blogger, tipped off anonymously, perhaps by a disgruntled employee, posted about the gay takeover of Bella Italia. Comments flooded in, supporters cheering progress, while detractors railed, boycott, keep traditions pure. Jasper's phone buzzed incessantly, friends congratulating, strangers threatening. One message from his estranged sister read, "Heard about your revenge. Proud? Or just like Dad?" The words reopened old scars. His father's homophobia had driven him away, yet here he was, wielding power like a weapon. Rossi, meanwhile, grappled with his new reality. In a private moment, he confessed to Maria, "I was wrong last night, but this man, he's taken everything." Maria urged reconciliation. "Apologize. For our sake." Rossi approached Jasper later, his pride swallowed. "I'm sorry for what I said. It was fear talking." Jasper paused, the apology a balm but not a cure. "Fear of what? Change." Rossi nodded. "Losing what my father built. But maybe it's time to evolve." As evening approached, Jasper and Jordan attended a charity gala for LGBTQ rights, a stark contrast to the morning's chaos. Amid glittering chandeliers, donors praised Jasper's bold move, but Jordan's silence spoke volumes. During a quiet dance, he whispered, "I love you, but this power trip scares me. What if it changes you?" Jasper held him closer, whispering back, "It won't, I promise." Yet doubt seeded, the night's events a catalyst for introspection. Back at the restaurant for a soft relaunch, tensions peaked when a group of conservative patrons, loyal to Rossi, arrived unannounced. "We heard about the new owner," their leader sneered. "Won't eat here anymore." Jasper confronted them calmly. "Your choice, but hate isn't on the menu." The exchange went viral via a bystander's video, amplifying the controversy and drawing lines in the sand of public opinion. By nightfall, exhaustion settled in. Jasper reflected on the whirlwind, from humiliated guest to owner in hours, but at what cost? Jordan's words echoed. Was this justice or vengeance? The answer blurred, leaving Jasper to ponder if true change came from conquest or compassion. The viral video exploded overnight, turning Bella Italia into a battleground for broader societal debates. Morning talk shows dissected the incident. Is this reverse discrimination? One host pondered, while activists hailed it as a win for equality. Jasper woke to a barrage of notifications, his inbox flooded with interview requests. Jordan stirred beside him, his expression a mix of pride and worry. "This is bigger than us now," he said, scrolling through comments that ranged from heartwarming support to vitriolic hate. At the restaurant, picketers gathered, pro-LGBTQ on one side, traditionalists on the other, chanting slogans that clashed like thunder. Rossi watched from inside, his face a mask of regret. "I caused this. he admitted to Jasper during a tense strategy meeting. Jasper, fueled by adrenaline, outlined plans. "We'll host an inclusivity night. Invite everyone." But Rossi hesitated. "My old customers. They'll never come back." Jasper's response was firm. "Then we'll find new ones. Ones who value people over prejudice." The staff meeting that followed revealed fractures. Marco, emboldened by the chaos, confronted Jasper. "You bought us out like we're property. How's that fair?" Whispers of agreement rippled. Jasper addressed them head-on. "Fair? Being ejected for who I love isn't fair. This is accountability." A young waitress, Sophia, spoke up tearfully. "My brother's gay. Thank you for standing up." The divide deepened, loyalties splitting along generational lines. Jordan, working remotely from the apartment, fielded calls from friends concerned about the backlash. "Jasper is in the spotlight now," one said. "Be careful." Jordan's own doubts festered. Had their relationship become collateral in this crusade? He texted Jasper, "We need to talk. Really talk." But Jasper, buried in renovations, replied curtly, "Soon. Busy here." Midday brought a surprise. Jasper's mother called, her voice tentative after years of estrangement. "Saw the news. That restaurant. Is it true?" Jasper's heart raced. "Yes, Mom. I own it now." Silence stretched, then, "Your father would be furious. But I'm proud you're fighting." The words, bittersweet, stirred emotions long buried. Rejection from his youth clashing with this glimmer of acceptance. As preparations for the inclusivity event ramped up, drama unfolded when Rossi's estranged son, Luca, showed up unannounced. Tall and reserved, Luca eyed his father warily. "Heard about the takeover. Came to see if it's as bad as they say." Rossi's eyes welled. "Luca, I messed up. With you, with everything." Luca turned to Jasper. "You did this? For revenge?" Jasper shook his head. "For change." The reunion turned emotional, Luca revealing years of pain. "You drove me away because I loved a man." Rossi broke down, apologizing profusely, a catharsis that humanized him in Jasper's eyes. But not all bridges mended easily. During the event setup, a sabotage attempt, sugar in the sauce vats, pointed to a disgruntled employee. Fingers pointed at Marco, who denied it vehemently. "Why would I ruin my job?" he protested. Investigations revealed it was the head chef, fearful of change. "This place was family," he grumbled upon confession. Jasper fired him, but the incident heightened paranoia, straining the team further. Jordan arrived mid-afternoon, pulling Jasper aside. "This is consuming you. Our life was simple, us against the world. Now it's you against everyone." Jasper's defenses rose. "I'm doing this for us." Jordan's voice cracked. "No, for your ego. Remember why we fell in love. Not power, but vulnerability." The argument escalated, voices echoing in the empty kitchen, exposing cracks in their bond forged by the very events meant to strengthen it. Evening arrived with the event in full swing. Drag performers mingled with families, rainbow flags fluttering alongside Italian ones. Media swarmed, capturing Rossi's public apology. "I was wrong. Love is love." Cheers erupted, but counter-protesters outside booed. Jasper took the mic, his speech raw. "Last night, I was humiliated here. Today I own it. But ownership means responsibility. To build bridges, not burn them." Applause thundered, yet Jordan watched from the sidelines, his heart heavy. Post-event, exhaustion hit. A threatening email arrived. "You'll regret this." Jasper shrugged it off, but Jordan insisted on security. "See, this is the cost." As they drove home, silence reigned, the victory tasting like ashes. Jasper wondered if his actions had empowered or isolated him further. The next day, a lawsuit threat from former patrons claiming ideological discrimination added fuel. Jasper's lawyer assured victory, but the emotional toll mounted. Rossi, surprisingly, offered alliance. "Let's make this work together." A tentative partnership formed, blending old traditions with new inclusivity. Yet, personal ramifications loomed. Jordan suggested couples therapy. "We need to fix us before this breaks us." Jasper agreed, a humbling admission. The saga, far from over, highlighted the complexities of justice in a divided society. Weeks blurred into a rhythm of reinvention at Bella Italia, now rebranded as Bella Inclusiva. Reservations soared, drawn by the buzz, but so did the controversies: online trolls doxing staff, boycotts from conservative groups. Jasper balanced his tech empire with restaurant oversight, his days a whirlwind that left little room for reflection. Jordan, adapting designs for the new menu, felt the distance grow. "You're always there," he said one evening over takeout in their apartment. "What about here?" Jasper rubbed his temples, fatigue etching lines on his face. "It's temporary. Once stable, I'll step back." But Jordan pressed, "Temporary? Or is this your new identity? The Avenger?" The word stung, evoking comic book heroes, but Jasper's journey felt more tragic. A man propelled by pain into a role he hadn't sought. Their conversations turned introspective, peeling back layers. Jasper admitted his drive stemmed from childhood rejection, Jordan from witnessing friends' suicides due to hate. Meanwhile, Rossi evolved, attending LGBTQ ally workshops at Jasper's insistence. "Never thought I'd be here," he confided during a break. Jasper nodded. Change hurts, but stagnation kills. Their unlikely bond deepened when Rossi shared photos of young Luca, prompting Jasper to reach out to his own family. A video call with his sister led to tears. "Come home sometime." With Jordan, hope flickered, a counterpoint to the ongoing strife. Drama reignited when Marco quit dramatically, posting a tell-all on social media. Forced out by the new regime, comments divided: "Good riddance, bigot," versus "free speech suppressed." Jasper responded measuredly in an interview: "We welcome diversity of thought, but not hate." The backlash intensified, sales dipping temporarily, testing Jasper's resolve. Luca, now involved part-time, brought fresh ideas, pride-themed specials that sparked internal debates. "Too much?" Sophia asked. Luca laughed. "Never enough." But Rossi hesitated, old habits dying hard. A family dinner at the restaurant turned tense when Rossi slipped, using outdated language. Luca stormed out, Rossi chasing after. "I'm trying," he pleaded. Jasper mediated. "Trying counts, but actions matter more." The reconciliation, heartfelt, underscored the slow grind of progress. Jordan's patience waned amid the chaos. During a quiet night, he confronted Jasper. "I feel like a side character in your story." Jasper's heart ached. "You're the lead with me." They recommitted, planning a weekend getaway, but fate intervened. A pipe burst at the restaurant, flooding the kitchen. Jasper rushed over, leaving Jordan alone again. "Go," Jordan said resignedly, but his eyes betrayed hurt. Repair efforts revealed more skeletons, hidden debts Rossi hadn't disclosed. "Gambling again?" Jasper accused. Rossi denied, but evidence pointed to Maria's secret shopping addiction. The family imploded in a shouting match. "You've ruined us," Maria cried. Jasper, caught in the crossfire, offered help. "Therapy, budgets. We'll fix this." Gratitude mixed with resentment, highlighting the messiness of intervention. Public scrutiny peaked with a debate on a local news panel. Jasper faced off against a conservative advocate. "You weaponized wealth against tradition." Jasper countered, "Tradition shouldn't include exclusion." The exchange went viral, polarizing viewers and boosting business from allies. Yet, anonymous threats escalated, prompting police involvement. "Is it worth it?" Jordan asked, fear in his voice. Jasper held him. "For a better world, yes." As months passed, stability emerged. The restaurant thrived, staff united, Rossi mentoring Luca. Jasper delegated more, reconnecting with Jordan through shared dreams. Adoption, perhaps. But scars remained. A former patron's lawsuit proceeded, alleging emotional distress from the takeover. Jasper's testimony was raw. Humiliation cuts deep, regardless of who wields it. In a moment of vulnerability, Jasper confided in Rossi, "I wonder if I overstepped." Rossi chuckled wryly. "We both did. But look what we've built." The sentiment resonated, a testament to growth amid conflict. Jordan and Jasper's bond strengthened through trials, their love a beacon. Yet, societal echoes lingered, friends divided, families mending slowly. The story, once personal, became a mirror for America's divides. With Bella Inclusiva now a staple in Manhattan's dining scene, Jasper reflected on the transformation during a quiet anniversary dinner with Jordan. Candles flickered, mirroring their first ill-fated visit. But now the air hummed with acceptance. "A year ago, we were kicked out," Jordan mused, clinking glasses. "Now you're the boss." Jasper smiled, but his eyes held depth. Boss? Or just a guy who got lucky with leverage? The piece was short-lived. A high-profile critic reviewed the place, praising the food but questioning the political agenda. Comments reignited debates. Food should be neutral versus neutrality enables hate. Jasper shrugged it off publicly, but privately it gnawed. Had his victory perpetuated division? Rossi, fully reformed, hosted family nights, including Luca's partner. "This is what family means," he toasted one evening. Jasper watched, envy stirring for his own reconciliation. A trip home to Ohio loomed, Jordan by his side. "Nervous?" Jordan asked en route. Jasper nodded. "What if they reject us again?" The visit was tense, his father gruff, mother mediating. "Heard about your restaurant coup," Dad grumbled. Jasper explained calmly. "It was about dignity." A grudging nod followed. "Takes guts. Not full acceptance, but a start." Back in New York, a final twist. Marco returned, hat in hand. "I was wrong. Job?" Jasper hired him probation ally, emphasizing growth. "Everyone deserves a second chance," he said, echoing his own philosophy. The team gelled, controversies fading into success stories. Jordan and Jasper's relationship, tested and tempered, emerged stronger. "You chose compassion over conquest," Jordan said during a rooftop proposal. Jasper on one knee, ring in hand. "Will you marry me?" Tears flowed, yes, sealing their future. Yet, as confetti fell at their engagement party at the restaurant, Jasper pondered the journey's cost. Friendships lost, threats endured, self-doubt sown. Was the swift ownership a triumph or a cautionary tale? In the end, the saga of humiliation turned empowerment left an indelible mark, challenging norms and sparking dialogues. But one question lingers. Was Jasper's rapid revenge ultimately justified, true or false? Success brought new challenges. Expansion talks with investors, who probed Jasper's activist background. "Does it affect profits?" one asked. Jasper retorted, "Inclusivity boosts them." Deals closed, but skepticism lingered, a reminder of biases in business. Rossi mentored young entrepreneurs, sharing his redemption arc at community events. "I was blind," he'd say, inspiring others. Luca thrived, his designs revamping the decor. Family bonds mended, dinners filled with laughter instead of tension. Jasper's personal growth peaked in therapy, unpacking the impulse behind the takeover. "Power felt good," he admitted. "But it isolated me." Jordan nodded. "We grew together." Their sessions fostered deeper understanding, turning conflict into connection. Societal ripples continued. A documentary crew filmed the story, interviewing all sides. Rossi's candor shone. "Prejudice cost me dearly." Jasper's segment was poignant. Change starts with one act, but sustains through empathy. Threats dwindled, replaced by accolades, an award for business innovation in diversity. At the ceremony, Jasper dedicated it to Jordan, "My anchor in the storm." As wedding plans unfolded, friends rallied, but old wounds surfaced when Jasper's father RSVP'd yes. The ceremony, intimate at the restaurant, symbolized full circle vows exchanged where humiliation once reigned. Post-honeymoon, Jasper stepped back, handing operations to a diverse board. "Time for us," he told Jordan, dreaming of travel and family. The legacy endured, Bella inclusiva as a beacon, proving commerce and conscience coexist. Yet, debates persisted online, questioning methods over outcomes. In retrospect, the whirlwind from guest to owner encapsulated America's evolving tapestry. Progress amid pushback, love amid hate. But one question remains to spark reflection. Was Jasper's rapid revenge ultimately justified, true or false?